Pero hay que preparar gente, preparar jóvenes profesionales, empresarios, abogados, de repente de otras profesiones, como ya los indígenas de Alaska nos han demostrado que ellos están bien organizados y ellos han avanzado mucho de lo que nosotros estamos recién empezando. Más de 100 años creo que ellos han luchado y han logrado, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que esa es la idea, cómo tenemos que asegurar nuestras generaciones que vienen, ¿no? Territorios bien saneados, tener garantías ante los bancos que pueden prestar.
Y nosotros no contamos con nuestros territorios propios. Tenemos quizás solamente de nombre, pero no contamos con nuestros títulos de propiedad. Pero nosotros indígenas debemos de pensar más adelante, el más futuro, hacer educar a nuestros hijos, poner la universidad a nuestros hijos, tener una calidad de vida a mejorar. Nosotros ya no pensamos por nosotros, sino pensamos en esas niñez que vienen.
And what I heard the leadership asking for and saying is that they wanted to be part of the economy. They've been marginalized. They want to be able to create institutions of further enterprise and economic development so that they can better themselves and provide better infrastructure and services, and therefore homes, healthcare, and education on their own terms. We're not a museum artifact. Our cultures are dynamic. Our cultures are not static. We accept new technologies. We evolve and have evolved over many, many millennia. And that's going to continue on to the future.
In conclusion, the only way available to Indigenous people for defending their culture and their land in the 21st century is with economic power. And economic power only comes with business and property rights. That is exactly what Aleutians, Eskimos, Inuit, and other ethnic groups and tribes in other parts of the world are doing. But what about their indigenous values and traditions? Well, they can be incorporated into the property and business statutes and the law to simultaneously protect their culture and take advantage of globalization.
Sí queremos el desarrollo, pero tiene que estar el desarrollo de acorde a nuestra propia realidad, de acorde a nuestra propia identidad, porque el desarrollo tiene que ir a la par, ¿ya? Tanto como nuestra cultura y tanto el desarrollo.
Preservamos nuestra cultura, pero también queremos aprender y queremos el desarrollo para nuestras comunidades.
Our traditional way of life continues with hunting and fishing or whaling or whatever activity, and the corporation is a bridge into the modern economy in order for us to protect our traditional way of life. Our people, if asked what was the most important thing to them, besides their children and their grandparents and the family, obviously, is the ability to have the freedom to hunt and fish and feed your families, and to be able to continue cultural traditions.
Our corporations are one of our best stewards for protecting the culture. Without the resources that are available through the corporations, the values and the traditions that we've enjoyed for thousands of years wouldn't otherwise be protected.
It's important to recognize that you're not trading your values and your principles by participating in this model. It's been my experience that we can operate our businesses, we can operate and build capital to operate our businesses without compromising our values and the principles that make us unique as a people.
What we have found from our experience is we've learned you can modify the corporate structure and you can put indigenous values into the corporate structure, and it isn't just rampant capitalism that strips out anything of value from anybody that you deal with. We have seen with the corporate structure that we deal with, our native corporations on that you can modify that and you can change the corporate structure as you go about and do business.
I do not believe that in Peru there is a desire to discriminate against the natives of the Amazon. Peruvians have voted for presidents of every origin: indigenous, mixed, European, Asiatic. And someday we will have a president from the Amazon. Peru is not a closed country. There is no justification for words or actions that indulge in extremism or violence. Our problem, like many other poor countries, is a legal system that still does not include the poor. Our problem is also the existence of national elites and foreigners who believe that a property title is only a piece of paper and not the key to a system of economic relations that create peace and prosperity. Our problem is also the existence of national elites and foreigners who believe that a property title is only a piece of paper and not the key to a system of economic relations that create peace and prosperity. We only hear about certain agreements which we celebrate, such as the Convention of 169 of the International Labor Organization and the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, which we also celebrate, both approved with widespread political support in the Garcia and Fujimori governments. We should, however, also look at the International Labor Organization's Declaration about Globalization and the United Nations General Assembly's resolution about legally empowering the poor, both done with our participation of the ILD, and which demand on behalf of the world's native peoples and the poor the same property and business rights enjoyed by transnational corporations. A personal message to my friends in the Peruvian jungle. I myself know how injustice hurts and how we console ourselves by thinking that our origins make us special and that any change will weaken us. When I was a boy, my family lived in exile in Europe, surrounded by people much more prosperous and cosmopolitan than we were. To bolster our egos, my parents used to say that our big advantage over them was that we had been born in Arequipa. We had strong roots in the Andes. That the Europeans had no idea about how blessed we were to live in a unique and secluded environment, breathing the air of our ancestors and enjoying the unspoiled countryside at the foot of a volcano. But that didn't stop my parents from giving my brother and me the economic tools of modernity. They realized that to deny the existence of the developed world was a trap that would lock us into underdevelopment. Therein lies Mr. Pizango's biggest limitation if he keeps being badly advised. He is offering you only a single option for defending your lands and your resources. No choices. To be so limited will leave you and your children anchored in the past. Keep your roots, but embrace the future.